Hi and welcome to Dynamic DCUO. Wind here, and today we're going to be looking at some of mine and Balmy's favorite things. To be exact, 5 favorite things about DCUO currently. Now these are things that have gone on, some of them from the beginning and some of them are newer. But we're going to start with styles because that is our number one favorite thing, is the style customization. I mean, you have iconic looks, you have based on iconic looks, you have completely unrelated to iconic looks, and you can mix and match. You have a great color palette to choose from, a number of skins and hairs. They just really did a lot for you to be able to customize your character your way, and they're still adding to it with new hairstyles, new faces, skin types. So really loving that. That's probably our favorite thing about the game, is the ability to customize our characters. And as anyone who's looked at some of our previous videos knows, we have a lot of characters. I think 62 or 63 between us. But being able to do iconics is great for a lot of people, and then for those who don't care about iconics or don't like them, being able to do your own thing, that's every bit as good. And if you're like me and like to play, the same power with multiple characters, you can have very different characters while still, enjoying the power set. So styles is definitely our number one. Now, number two falls in that. It's going to be the powers. Their uniqueness as well as the way they look. And then as you can see here, we have a lot of powers to choose from. But the way each power is set up, as far as you have to have a little different approach to how you go after ice, as say gadgets or light. And like light just has some great effects from the comics, from the videos, from the movies. By videos I mean animated, sorry. From the games. So the power sets are gorgeous. There are a couple that aren't as great as the rest, but even the worst ones still look good. Gadgets, visuals aren't as great as, say, atomic or fire or water, something like that. But all of them look good. They're all unique. You can, if you see a power go off, you pretty much know exactly what power set it's from. And the fact that you can take your power sets and you don't have to run just these 5 or 6 powers to get a good loadout. I mean, sure, there's probably a best loadout for each one, but you can be very effective with all kinds of loadouts, and that makes the power sets just great. Besides just how unique they look and how many they offer. So power sets is definitely our number two. And again, this is just us, guys. We definitely would love to hear what you guys think. But for us, number two is definitely power sets. Now, number three is bases. Not only their customization, but how useful they are. I mean, everything from your mail and broker, bank, sparring targets, respec stations, soda cola vendors, teleporters. I mean, there's a lot you can do with your base that, at least when I started, you had to do out of the Watchtower or Hall of Doom. And of course, you've got your dispensary, which that's going to give you access to your backups, to your tac mods, to orbital strikes. And then of course there's your mainframe that allows you to charge these things up if you choose to use them. So this is one of those things that their bases are so much better, or the layers are so much better than in any game I've ever played or seen, and Valmy felt the same way. So this had to be our number three, because light bases, dark bases, more open bases, like this penthouse is a very more elegant looking base, and you have some that look like caves. You have small bases that are dives, and with the dives, coming out with new stuff like the space base and the volcano base, just great for characters who want to expand on certain themes, like your fire characters, or quantum, or celestial, or that kind of stuff's great. Have a base like this one here where you have alien plant life all over the place and fog on the floor. There's just so much you can do with the bases. And of course we have the newer bases where they're expanding and adding on this whole extra room here. This is the Atlantean base. Lovely view windows, you can look out, and it just feels much more open, and it's a lot larger base. Now for some people that may not mean anything, but for those of us who do like them, the Brainiac base, very cool to have these bigger bases coming out. But the usefulness of a base cannot be overstated. I am sure for giant leagues, league halls are functioning in a very similar way. However, there's still stuff you can't do there, like personal emails, personal bank, stuff like that. So if you don't want to stay in the Watchtower or Hall of Doom, then yeah, having a base is just pretty much a must. So bases are definitely our number three. Now, number four is it's fan service, but they're not exclusionary. And by that, as I leave the space here, you know, my character is already wearing an iconic suit, like Clever Bastard here. He has this nice creepy base, going back to what you can do with bases. But he's also based off an iconic look. We've got the Laughing Knight, or the Bat Who Laughs, as far as his outfit. But he's done in the classic Joker colors. So, you know, inspired by, kind of referencing things. So there's your fan service, but it's not exclusionary, because if you're not into the comics, if you're not into the movies, if you don't know any of the history, then stuff like giving you Blue Lantern suits may not mean anything to you on the fan service side, but they're still cool, so it's not excluding you by, oh, this is so weird and out there that only these people are going to like it. Valmy, when he came into the game, he really wasn't familiar with the comics universe, so his outfits and his experiences, his bases, his gameplay, everything about it was much different from mine coming into it with all this knowledge. His came pretty much from playing the game and then getting into the animated universe. But, you know, between the types of bosses they give you, the worlds you get to see, the different zones, it's very much not exclusionary, while still catering to the iconics and the fan service for all of us who really like it. And last but not least, they've routinely attempted to improve the game, regardless of the outcome. You know, not everything goes off the way we'd like it to, but they are constantly trying to make the game better, adding content, changing gameplay and mechanics, especially based off forum response, so have to give them credit for that. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this kind of content, please click like and subscribe. Click the bell icon to stay notified. Leave us some comments and suggestions. We'd love to hear from you. And until next time, happy gaming.